Good evening everyone and welcome to Gavra Academy. Round 3 here at the Red Bull Ring was delayed of course because of last week's server problems that we had, but we are back, we are here tonight, and currently it is only me, Jim14, in the commentary box. I am expecting a co-commentator to be here, that's More Guy 2001. He has disappeared from sight at the minute, but hopefully he will be able to join very, very soon indeed. He is on the game. Hopefully he'll be able to accompany me watching the action here tonight. Let me just get the stream link out to people. Let me have a look. So if people do want to watch us, they can grab the link, of course. But let's update you with the championship standings. So I've got them up here now. We are at the Red Bull Ring, of course, in the Formula Cs. Light rain in qualifying, but coming into tonight, we have got, after 2 rounds, Weydalf on top with 51 points. Chromatics in second on 45 points. I've just had a message that my co-commentator is coming. Sucky Squirrel on 32 points in third, with 2-stroke Germany in fourth on 30. Duke Martin on 27 in fifth. NM Haney in sixth on 20. Then Lucky Lolly on 18 in seventh. GJDM, yes, I got that name right for once. 16 points in 8th, Motormouth in 9th on 12, Jukebox Hero in 10th on 12, UOL Kevd on 11, Tux Jumal on 10, and ARMJ on 4. They're in 12th and 13th respectively. As we have got a couple of comments coming through early on, hopefully everyone will enjoy the action here tonight. We have got a new driver, by the way, Pure Drive 00. I'm going to be calling him, and he's brand new. I don't know anything about him, so don't bother asking me what he's like in. But he is a brand new driver, so it's good to see brand new talent being brought through, of course, within the Gavra Academy system. It is my 3rd season in commentating this on a Wednesday night, and I thoroughly enjoy it quite a lot. Somebody lagging down the straight there, but Pure Drive coming around the final corner now on the run up to the line. There's the third winning line there. That's a 40.8, so already pretty much bang on compared to the lap times that people were setting last week, of course, when we of course had the problems. 2-stroke Germany, however, has gone quicker with a 40 flat, and that is good to see. That is very good to see. My co-commentator has joined. I'm not sure if he'll be able to be race broadcaster. Hopefully Gavra will be on top of that. I hope my co-commentator will also be joining me soon in the party here. If not, he'll have to take it off. He'll have to take it from the stream, of course. 2-stroke Germany currently on top though with 0.5 tenths separating him and NM Haney, who has gone second, the American, with Pure Drive in third. Lucky Squirrel 4th, ARMJ in 5th, Jukebox Hero in 6th currently, GDM in 7th, Chromatics in 8th, Duke Martin in 9th, currently at the times that have been set, Kevd in 10th, and I've been joined in the comment box by that Small Guy 2001. Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you be race broadcaster, by the way? Have you turning the play?
So, whether I'm in a car...
I think you might be in a car. Yeah, you might have to retire when you get into the race. Hopefully that'll sort it out though. We have got a couple of comments coming through, which is quite weird for us on Gavra Academy. I have shared the links out to both FRL and TFRL channels. When is TFRL Dirt Rally project? I can't really specifically comment about that because this is Gavra Academy, of course, and it's a different league. I can't really say that on stream. And Henberger saying, I did a 39 but I got disconnected, sad story. I think that might be Weydalf there in the comments. But
Okay. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I can't. It did say retire and spectate. I pressed it, and
oh no.
as you can tell, I've been out of track. I'm really sorry about this.
Oh yeah, there you are. There you are. I've picked you up on my screen coming out in turn 1. Our brand new Gavra Academy driver for tonight.
I did press.
Can you retire or?
I pressed retire and spectate.
Try it now.
But it just didn't do anything. I'll do it
Pull,
now,
pull off to the track. Pull off, yeah. I'll crash the car.
Do this. I'll put it in neutral.
You're rolling back down the hill. I wouldn't do that. Oh, keep your foot on the brake. Keep your foot on the brake. Anyways, back to the drivers. Once my co-commentator sorts out there's a bit of mess that's going on. Pure Drive going wide there, the second to last corner. NM Haney has gone top though in a 39.9. It's a nice lap there. I hope attend here to my notifications because I've left them on, haven't I? So notifications will be going off for the duration of this race. You don't want to be seeing that big black box coming up in the left hand side of your screens. But NM Haney is on top, the 139.9. Two-stroke Germany coming out the pits with a 140 flat at the minute.
About spectating, so I can't.
You can't? Oh dear. Well, they maybe leave the session and rejoin. I don't know who that is waving down the straight. Goodness me, the amount of lag going on there. Jesus. Are you coming out on track? It is. What?
Right, you know, I'm gonna crash out, see what happens. Right.
Well, I'm not going to watch you while you do it. Weird Elf has just disconnected as soon as I was about to go on board with them. Promedics has gone third with a 40.6 in the meantime, however, as we approach halfway in qualifying. You can only do a good qualifying time in the first 10 minutes, and then the track is going to be too wet for 39 or 40. So that, I think, is Weird Elf speaking there in the comment section. Which is good to see our drivers getting involved, of course, and Gavra GT4s is on as well on the Gavra Racing channel if you do want to watch that. But why would you want to watch that when you can watch the next best thing in the company of two great drivers, great commentators? Oh, bloody hell. You can oh my god.
This hasn't gone well, has it?
No, it really hasn't. Soggy Squirrel has disconnected.
Honestly, right, I may hate
people are probably wondering who the hell's this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Surely you'll be able to get terminal damage. Surely.
No, I'm still driving.
Oh, dear me. As my co-commentator still sorts out his problems, Two-Stroke Germany comes across the line to start a lap. Best times are set early in the rain, Motormouth. Motormouth not here tonight, actually. Hopefully he is keeping well, though, and he'll enjoy the action from the comfort of his own home, or wherever he may be. Two-Stroke Germany, though, running up the hill. But it is now beginning to come down quite a lot. Oh dear. I can't rest tonight due to diabetic hypo. The diabetic hypo episode, I think. Hopefully Motormouth is recovering. He hopefully should be here either next week or the week after. I'm not sure if we're having the week break after this. I hope we are, because I want to break on things. But NM Haney coming on top with a 13.99. We're on board with Two-Stroke Germany though, the German driver coming round the turn 4. I think that is. Oh no, it's turn 5 that is. Now through to turn 6 and 7, not getting too wide. It's 1.7 seconds down, so clearly the rain now beginning to affect conditions out on track. I love rain races too, Motormouth says. Wow, it is going to be dry though in the race. It's only qualifying that is going to be wet. So That is interesting in its own right.
Update on the on the spectator. It's I thought that spectator isn't it?
Still struggling.
It's like what's it called? On F1, when you can when you have the thing on the dash and you can square, it's like that.
Oh, okay. Didn't get a look, I was too busy being crappy. Oh, bless him. Bless him. Ah, yeah, but it is clear weather for those of you who are tuning in. It is going to be clear weather in the race. It is only going to be rain, light rain in qualifying, but with the light rain, the amount of spray being kicked up, and you can see Chromatic struggling here at the moment. Are you able to leave and rejoin the session, maybe? See if that fixes itself.
That is a good idea.
Hasn't. I liked when you left, but apart from that, it was fine. Chromatic's going 7/10 slower than his personal best. Oh, and he spun! Chromatic's has spun, nearly breaking his rear wing there on contact. Goodness me. However, the guy in the same livery in the Jancon Mobile Formula C, not the Formula Renault as I was going to say there, is Pure Drive 00, who is a brand new driver here, of course, to the Gavra Academy. I was going to say to the TF Royal Academy there. Goodness me, not really going great tonight. But Pure Drive is coming through the final corner now. There are a couple of drivers venturing themselves either out of the pit. Somebody has spun at turn 1 there. Pure Drive across the line, 2.7 seconds off. So clear to me that there's hardly going to be any improvement, and you might be seeing the order as it is currently. And I'm Henny. I want to hear, by the way, in the comment section what your top 3 is for qualifying and what your top 3 is for the race. I'll put mine down and say probably the top 3 as you see it as at the minute. NM Haney, Two-Stroke Germany, Chromatics top 3. As for the race, now we know that quite a few drivers can deliver in the race. If Weirdelf has a clear run, I think he could do well. However, I'm going to go for Chromatics for the win. I'm going to go Two-Stroke Germany second, and I think Pure Drive might do well, the new driver, in third. So that is my top 3 going forward. But don't trust me with my predictions, because I'm normally absolutely rubbish at predicting things. 6 minutes left to go though in qualifying at the minute, as you have joined back, which is good to see. NM Haney, Two-Stroke Germany, Gibraltar coming across the line 7.7 seconds down on this time. Soggy Squirrel, one of my favourite names out on track and in Gavra Academy Group B, of course, and the Hope is an automotive liveried Formula C car. As, just looking, I think GJDM might have went up a position past URL Kevd, or Kevd's just set a lap 1 on the 2, but there are 200 separating at the minute. 200 separating. I just want to have a check on Discord though, what is happening in the FRL Discord, which is the league I've been thingy. Some people are being rude. Oh, that's probably relating to me then. Sucky Squirrel, 5 minutes away from the end of qualifying, so hopefully there's no server issues here tonight. But if there is, of course, we will probably aim to get it restarted as soon as possible. I really don't want to see a restart tonight because we spent too long last week, I think, trying to fix issues. You're in the pit lane, so
it's not worked.
Oh dear. Just stay in the pit, stay in the pit, stay in the pit. Just remain in your pit garage. If you can. Soggy Squirrel has gone up to 7th with that lap time, however, with a 43 flat. So nice lap from him there. Going ahead of GJDM. That honestly, that name is the downfall of me. Honestly, GJDM is about 1.5 seconds up. Soggy Squirrel, however, is 2 tenths up in the first sector. So let's keep on board with him, as we've got half the field, including my co-commentator in the pits.
Oh, yeah, do donuts.
You're doing donuts? Oh dear. That's not great. GJDM actually has improved there. A 44.2 was compared to, I think, a 44.5 or 44.6, and he now pits, feels like he's done enough. But, however, let's keep an eye on Soggy Squirrel at the minute, see how he's getting on. Let me have a look at the latest comment that has came in. Just call him G. Yeah, I might call him G, but gotta be professional and gotta try and pronounce people's names. That's what makes you a good commentator. Like Soggy Squirrel. That's a bit easy to say compared to GJDM, which I said right there. Soggy Squirrel, the 3 minutes ago though in qualifying, coming through the final 2 corners. As my co-commentator decides to die upon us. Soggy Squirrel running down the section.
Try to stay away from medics whilst there was performance.
Are you out on track? Yeah, you're out on track. Soggy Squirrel does improve. Oh yeah, you're not out on track. How are you doing donuts then in pit lane? Oh, bloody hell you are. Just went on board with you, you are. There's 4 drivers now, 5 drivers actually coming out the track, and in fact we're getting a late flurry of activity. I think that might be Chrometics coming out the pits. No, Chrometics is not coming out the pits. ARMJ is though, and he's came out with he's came out in plenty of time. I think he's got about 30 seconds buffer compared to what is normally going on. Trust me, I've been there. Motormouth. Dear me. But 2 minutes to go in qualifying, and we will get prepared for an 18-lap race here. And of course, if you didn't watch Algarve, and if you need reminding of championship standings, I'll give you the top 5 coming into tonight. Wade Alphon 51, currently out of the session at the minute. Hopefully we can get him back in before we start. Chrometics on 45 in second. Soggy Squirrel in third on 32. Two-Stroke Germany in fourth on 30. And Duke Martin on 27 in fifth. Duke Martin is down at the bottom, however, of the standings at the minute tonight, and he is out on track, and that is Kevd. He's not out on track, that's Kevd that we're on board with at the minute. Struggling quite a lot now in the conditions. Jukebox Heroes disconnected, and somebody else is disconnected, I think there. NM Haney, the pole sitter, has disconnected. So not sure if that can be judged from mass disconnection there, but NM Haney and the other one I forgot. What was his name? Who was the other guy that left? I've just said his name. Somebody. Some Jukebox Hero. Jukebox Hero is the other driver that has left. And 30 seconds of qualifying left. They, unfortunately, might be placed at the back here. Gavra still running the session quite nicely. Kevd struggling. So Two-Stroke Germany has now inherited the pole time, essentially, with that disconnection happening. Hopefully there is a rule in place saying we can have a 10-minute qualifying session, try and get everyone's connections up and running. We don't want to repeat of last week, of course. 5 seconds to go though in the meantime, and Two-Stroke Germany is the nearest one to the line, so let's go on board with him. Currently inheriting pole position, and I think he is going to be backing off here. He is backing off. If he can come across the line, that'll be...
Hero. Come on, Jukebox.
Come on, Jukebox. Commentating, I mean. They won't want to rejoin either. Interesting. But ARMJ is off in the gravel. Goodness me. He's retired. Gone in the pit lane. Kevd coming around the final corner. I don't think he's improving on this lap. He's 4.5 seconds off Two-Stroke Germany at the minute, but Kevd now on the run up to the line. Is he going to improve anything? I don't think he will. And he doesn't. So Soggy Squirrel, quite appropriately named, but the spray being kicked up quite a lot. Soggy Squirrel coming around the final 2 corners now. Ooh, getting a kick of oversteer off the corner. Have to do well, of course, if you're running. I don't think setups are allowed here, but
No, yes, yeah.
Yeah, low suspension though if setups are being run. A Soggy Squirrel comes across the line, and I see a beautiful pit though. There's your qualifying time at the minute. You're American apparently, small guy. 2-stroke Germany though on top, Chromatic second, and Pure Drive in third. And Pure Drive's actually Polish, so that's quite interesting.
Stupid.
Have you left?
I have returned to the...
Oh my goodness. Can you get another invite? Maybe.
No, it's fine. I'll just rejoin the old one.
Hopefully you can. And hopefully you won't... I don't think you'll be appearing on track either, because everyone's spawned in. So we've only got 9 drivers, it appears, here tonight. I'm not sure... Gavra is also a driver, I may add. Which is quite strange. But I think that's to keep the session going.
It said spectate.
Oh, there's Gavra now spawning into the pit lane. Unless a lobby is redone. Yeah, I mean, we did have problems last week with lobbies getting redone and whatever. It's something I don't think that Gavra wants to do, but however, I think it does need to be done to ensure that every driver has got a fair chance of having a really good race here tonight. But my top 3 still stands. Chromatics will win, 2-stroke Germany will be second, and Pure Drive will be third. So that is my top 3.
Yeah.
He'll spectate. Since in a repeat in last week, yeah, it is a repeat of last week, so we want to get this race done. I think that's the line we can take from it. Are you now spectating?
Yeah, I have.
Lovely. I haven't got the speed of the map up. There we go. Oh, you've left.
Hey, I haven't.
Oh, you've joined. There we go. We are sinking in now, so 3 red lights are about to go out. And the light sequence is out, and there was a jump start there, I do believe, from GJDM. But they're all off and racing, and Chromatics and 2-stroke Germany are off the line together. Running into turn 1, no contact through turn 1, Soggy Squirrel. Oh, there is contact through turn 1. Goodness me. Soggy Squirrel getting caught on the back end of 2-stroke Germany, I believe there. Pure Drive has now gone past him. My top 3 is on at the minute. Has somebody just been sent to space? Holy shit! Oh my god! Duke Martin and Kev D have had one of the strangest crashes I think I've ever seen. Kev D missing all wheels, Duke Martin missing his left side. What the hell has happened there? Goodness me. So unfortunate. Jesus Christ, I didn't catch that in the background, I'm afraid, so I'd love to see that on a replay if we can. As Soggy Squirrel dives it down the inside of Pure Drive into the Pure Kev D. Look at him, bless him. He's just sitting there. I think he should just retire here, because there is debris out on track. There's a rear wing out on track, which is absolutely... That's one of the strangest questions I think I've seen. You thought Thingy was bad in Algarve. Who was it in Algarve that was bad? It was somebody anyway. Oh, yes. Yeah, the battle. However, we've got a battle for the lead going on. Just to cut in, Pure Drive and Soggy Squirrel are battling down into turn 1. Same coloured livery. Pure Drive is up to first, and he's driving quite well early. Chromatics has gone miles wide at turn 1. Where do you think he's ending up? The German border? Goodness me. Pure Drive though, Soggy Squirrel. What a start to this race we have had. Quite dramatic so far. Just see Kev D again. There he is. Poor soul. He's not moving. I'm not sure what's happened there. but I'm not sure if there'll be a restart called. I don't know what's going to happen. But Pure Drive and Soggy Squirrel, however, are running down the hill into turn 3. Bit of a lock up there by Soggy Squirrel. Pure Drive getting caught on the inside curb. I think Chromenix, by the way, came in. No, Chromenix didn't come in. It was GJDM that came in to repair some front wing damage, I do believe. And ARMJ is certainly in to replace, I think, a front wing. So I don't know what on earth has happened there. The front four were clean through turn 1. I couldn't cut on board quick enough to see the KevD Duke Martin incident, and that is going to be quite costly for Duke Martin in the standings, of course. But, however, we have got a battle out on track, and it is Soggy Squirrel and Pure Drive currently filling out the top 2 places. Chromenix in 3rd. Opening thoughts from yourself, as we are 1/6 distance onto lap 3. 2 Truck Germany's in. What have you thought of the rest so far, anyways?
Eventful to say the least, from that starting, just that opening lap. I've never seen a car with no tyres on it in a game. I've never ever seen that.
Neither have I. Honestly, befalls me what has happened here tonight. There's been, I think it's safe to say, a fatality out on track. But, anyways, back to the action. Soggy Squirrel and Pure Drive. 0.8 of a second. Soggy Squirrel looks as if he's got the measure at the minute, as there's a cone out on track, actually. Somebody get the cone off track. Goodness me, Ball Boy must be in the lobby if he's put a cone there. Goodness me. Oh! Chromenix has found! Chromenix has spun! In the foreground of shot, Chromenix goes for nearly a 90-degree turn there. Quite lucky to save that, I think, but Chromenix has spun. But back to Soggy Squirrel and Pure Drive. Do you think he's got the advantage now at the minute? Because that gap looks like it's coming out.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that by maybe lap 7, lap 8, you'd have a 10-second gap out.
At the minute it is 1.2, 1.3 seconds. He is pulling away. Beautiful blue skies here in the Austrian Alps, as we are about to approach 1/3 distance as we go on to lap 5, this is, I think. Soggy Squirrel with a 38.2, so not going as quick as, just going a little way quicker compared to some of the times I've been set in qualifying. He's just made a slight mistake there, though, out of turn 1. Coming up the hill, as there's nothing really much going on. KevD, by the way, has retired. Hopefully he'll get the points for starting the race. Soggy Squirrel into turn 2. Not looking too bad. Let's have a look at how Pure Drive takes on board, and let's have actually right on board with the onboard camera to get a good sense of the graphics that is round here on this track. ARMJ, I think, came into the pits again, did he? Or he's had a really long pit stop because he's ahead of these guys and he could get lapped very soon, possibly. Power sign comes on my TV. 2 seconds though, the gap between Soggy Squirrel and Pure Drive at the minute. Give you a bit of trackside cam again. 2.1, that gap is extending and Soggy Squirrel looks like he's got the measure now of Pure Drive, who started well. He really made an impact on the start, got past him on lap 2, and then it's just all went a little soft now from Pure Drive's perspective anyways, and he's now falling down and could fall into the clutch of Chromenix, who appears to be getting a little closer in behind as well. We'll have a look at the comments. I'll have a look at the comment section. You need to restart the race. Fastest qualifier got kicked out of the session before the race started. Restart the session. We're not in charge. We aren't in charge. We are just purely here as commentators. We have really no say over what happens. It is Gavra that decides. But because this race was a rescheduled race from last week, I think the priority is to try and get it done rather than restart the session. I personally want to see the session restarted, but then that comes into the morals of will drivers be happy or not, and you've got to try and keep them on side. So Well, thank you, Mac Jr., for that. And shit happens on rest day. It's realistic. Let them run Jukebox Hero. And I mean, but we can't help the connection either to the servers. Server problems befalled us last week, and I think server problems certainly for NM Haney and Jukebox Hero was certainly quite costly. Weird Elf, I know, has been experiencing issues for a couple of weeks now. But it is, of course, up to Gavra to call a restart. We would be informed of the restart if it was to be called. However, though, there's not really much going on out on track, so this is why we're answering your comments. Can't restart Mac, it's unfortunate, but it happens. We need to move on and get done, yeah. I'm under the impression that there will be a week's break next week as well, so there won't be any action from us.
Ah, right.
I think, I'm under the impression, because obviously this was rescheduled, though the week, essentially everything will be put back a week. That's what I would do anyways. But if you are short of action, we will be in Zoo High in the Genetta GT4s as personal favourite track of yours, I think. Zoo High International. It'll be quite interesting to see how people go around there in the Genetta GT5s. Zolder as well in the BMW M3s as 5th round, and then Spa in the Ferrari GTAs rounds us off. So hopefully it will all be fine going forward. We are racing next week. I've just been told by Multimouth we are racing next week. Oh, Pure Drive spun! Pure Drive spun! And Chromenix nearly followed him there! Whoa!
Jesus.
Chromenix nearly following him off! Nearly did what he did.
So it's just no grip at all.
Yeah, nearly did what he did a couple of laps ago. Chromenix again struggling through turn 5.
Might just be a tyre issue. Maybe overheating tyres, or maybe just the tyres are wearing out.
Well, let's take on board actually a camera angle if we can of him. Let's have a look on the front tyres if we can. We are riding in cockpit, so it is difficult, and you can tell the tyres are going. Goodness me, Chromenix is struggling. Soggy Squirrel currently managing them quite well, and he's out in front. There he is going into turn 1. Looking quite nice indeed. Let's cut back to trackside. Pure Drive is in. So Pure Drive, I think, got front wing damage off that incident. Him spinning by himself. As we are when we began, we'll catch up during the break. At what expense? Pure Driver, yeah. Pure Driver was looking quite good for podium, but he is coming in for a pit stop. That's GJD. That name always befalls me. GJDM now into 3rd. Nothing happening out on track. Somebody coughing up the guts in the background. Soggy Squirrel, little leading the way, and it looks pretty plain sailing for him at the minute. The 9-second gap to Chromenix, and in fact that gap is just extending out a little bit further. Chromenix though does have more pace compared to Soggy Squirrel. If he gets those tyres back up to temperature, I could see him as Soggy Squirrel knocks the cones off. Goodness me. Taking a very wide line there. You started with 10 cars, the server's lost 4 already. What do you propose we do? Change host? Change Gavra Academy? I mean, yeah. It's just... Anyways, we will try and deliver the best possible action for you in the meantime. But... we can't... We don't really have anything soon. Yeah, we are running this week. So... Hang on, they're rerunning this week? What? Oh, I'm getting confused. Yeah, we have started with 10 cars, but the server has not lost 4 cars as you propose, actually. The server's only lost 2 due to connection, and 2 because of a colossal crash, which we covered on lap 1. Obviously, if you didn't see that, then maybe you need to open your eyes. But Soggy Squirrel, leading the way in the meantime, and still gap maintained at 10 seconds now. It's extended out. Chromenix had a bit of a spin? No, he's getting closer now down the straight. Looks like he's got the speed, but through the corners, that car is just not gripping at all. And those tyres certainly aren't gripping at all. And it does appear to me that's the rear end rather than the front end. Oh, and again, as just proven there. Two-stroke Germany, by the way, the guy who started in second and pitted for front wing damage, I do believe, is now in the pits for a second pit stop. I'm not sure if he's going to be retiring. Sometimes cars don't start on race days. Yeah, that is kind of true. Hashtag don't crack under pressure, by the way, is the tagline here in Red Bull Ring. And obviously, a couple of them have been cracking under pressure. Cromex, especially in pure drive as well with those spins. Sucky Squirrel, by the way, just improves on his fastest lap of the race with a 1:37.7. So he is now on top at the minute, and 10 seconds is the gap. As we are now through halfway, Sucky Squirrel leads. Cromex second, 10 seconds down. And let's have a look at how this will do to the championship, actually, because Sucky Squirrel coming into this was in third in the championship on 32 points. Obviously it's 30 points for a win. Cromex in second should be taking the championship lead here tonight. I do believe he'll be on 72 points. Sucky Squirrel will be on 62. Weird Alf will be on 51. Two-stroke Germany at the minute will be on 10 points, I do believe, for sixth. So he'll be on 40, so he'll be fourth in the standings going into next week. That's just my quick maths, obviously. I do apologise if it's been quite, if it's wrong. I was in last week but couldn't join tonight. We postponed last week due to issues but could not do so yet again as it becomes ridiculous. I think that first race has shook everyone up, making them extra cautious. Well, we didn't get as far as this in the race last time, if you remember. But yeah, I mean, issues, there needs to be a patch on this game. I keep on saying that there needs to be patches on games, and I'm one avid supporter of making sure games are fixed before you actually run leagues on them. And I think this is just one of those cases where Project Cars currently, with the servers, really not fit enough to run any sort of league. I don't know how Gavra do this with these servers, honestly. It's beyond me. Anyway, 12 seconds, and it just looks like it's going to be this result. I think will probably stand as it is, unless something really weird happens. I don't see. Do you see any position changes to this field as it is?
Nope.
Decisive note there for my co-commentator. However, Sucky Squirrel's on the grass. Oh, could have been a commentator's curse there. He's lost time. Sucky Squirrel has lost a great deal of time there. I think he's lost at least a second. Let's just have a look. I think he has lost a second. Indeed he has. That gap will now come down and it's back under 10 seconds. So the first bit of possible tension and temperature now getting to Sucky Squirrel is 37.7 now, has turned into 39.2. So Sucky Squirrel now has got to try and set a better lap compared to last time. 37.4 from Cromex he responds with, so he's clearly 1.8 seconds quicker on that lap. We are on lap 12 here, so we've got 7 laps to go including this one. Sucky Squirrel leads by just under 10 seconds now. The gap has just closed down briefly. Cromex in second, GJDM in third. There they are, GJDM. That is somebody right on the back there. I think that might be two-stroke Germany. It is two-stroke Germany who has been lapped. GJDM, there's Pure Drive. who has been into the pits for what looks like either a penalty or some sort of issue with his car. He's now down in 4th. AIMJ is in 5th, coming through the final sector. And then Two Stroke Germany, of course, running behind. Where do you think Two Stroke Germany would have been, by the way, if he didn't pit? Do you think he'd be up there?
Yeah, definitely.
I think yeah.
Just first car collisions.
I certainly think he would have been possibly 2nd at this stage, maybe 3rd, if I was being very honest, in my opinion, of course, because he has lost more than a minute and a half, I think it was, in the pit stops. So clearly being affected at the minute. The run past Wilborn's coming next at the minute. He does improve and he's setting good lap times here now. 37.2 compared with 38 flat of Soggy Squirrel. Another 8 tenths just under gained. Is he trying to reel him in? I don't think he will, but is he actually trying to reel him in here? Soggy Squirrel, 8 points. Gap coming down. Oh, Cromenex is out wide. Goodness me.
Yeah,
Cromenex miles wide.
He's lost 2 seconds. Although he's got a better exit because of the
going out wide.
So it's just negated as much as time loss lose.
Yeah, and well, because there's not really much going on, we might as well do a bit of self-promotion. Of course, I run TFRL, which is another league that runs F1 and GT Sport at the minute. If there are anybody that has got F1 in Gavra, we'd like to hear from you, because we are signing up currently our new drivers for the season. We've got 72 sign-ups going so far, which is looking like at least 3 tiers currently. I have got a list of people that I need to contact from Gavra who were part of the F1 League, if you remember, that was being set up. Because I think we were meant to run it, weren't we? I think. No response from my co-commentator unless he's totally dead. I think he must be dead. Suggy Squirrel. In the meantime though, 9 seconds ahead. That gap has came down a little bit more. Cromenex trying to utilise the gap at the minute under. He's slowly beginning to come in. Pure Drive, by the way, is catching GJDM, who I think has got Two Stroke Germany now ahead of him. Two Stroke Germany has gone past him and lapped himself there. But 2 seconds separating GJDM and Pure Drive. Closest battle, if you can even call it a battle out on track, at the minute. But as I just read a very thingy tweet about Brexit, Saki Squirrel, however, is on map 14. Cromenex is in 2nd. You don't want to hear about Brexit on Gavra Academy, trust me. Political views, my political views go quite sparse. You don't want to be hearing that. But Cromenex, however, 7 seconds now. That gap is coming down. That gap is beginning to come down. Much better run out. Cromenex getting the better run down the hill into turn 4. Is this turn 4? Yeah, is this turn 4? No, it's turn 3, sorry. This is turn 3, the right-hander. 7.7 seconds, as I say. But I'm going to cut on board with Pure Drive, because they're both in the same camera shot now. Pure Drive and GJDM are both on the lap 14 now. The red dot, by the way, is the leader, and that is Soggy Squirrel, who is about to come through the second last corner any second now, I do believe. Let me just check. Yep, that is him coming through the second last corner. On board with Pure Drive, who is setting considerably quicker lap times compared to GJDM, about 1.1 seconds quicker that last time around, as they run down the hill into turn 3. Soggy Squirrel at the minute. Chromatics is getting closer. He's setting consistently quicker lap times compared to Soggy Squirrel, but I think that advantage and that spin, those two spins, one of them full on 90 degrees and one of them for half spin, Chromatics has done well to actually reduce that gap, but it's sadly not enough, and I don't think he'll probably make any impression here. I think he's settled on now for second, as again that gap is coming down. 6 seconds now nearly. Duke Martin, by the way, is in the lobbies, by the way, still there, and I do believe we've got thingy, but Pure Drive, oh my goodness me, he's just had a right moment when we come on board with him there, and he nearly has a half spin. Oh. And he's losing all the time. I think that might be him now big for fourth. He's got to try and utilise those tyres once again to try and come on with another effort. They're on lap 15 are the two leaders. There is Soggy Squirrel and there is Chromatics, and that gap is 6.5 seconds. It is coming down, but given the amount of time that's left, with 3 laps to go after this one, 6.6 seconds. 6.1, however. Pure Drive is getting back on with things, though. He is beginning to close back in on GJDM. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed the race, given that lack of action. I'm trying to be as enthusiastic as possible into the commentary tonight, given that there's not really much happening out on track. 6.5 seconds, though, in the meantime. Soggy Squirrel and Chromatics. 7 seconds, that gap was just extended out a little bit. As we currently see third and fourth going through turns 6 and 7 now. Pure Drive again, personal best in the middle sector by 0.06 of a second. By the way, Jukebox saying that two-stroke is a strong driver. I totally agree with that. Two-stroke Germany is such a strong driver. He has closed that gap down to ARMJ, but not enough. More than a minute behind. NM Haney disconnects from the session. We are on the final 2 laps for the leaders anyways, and I think that was a mistake there by JGDM, and Pure Drive is beginning to close in, and he was 2 seconds quicker nearly on that last lap. Pure Drive is on a charge. Where would he have been if he didn't have to pit? I think he would be maybe in the lead at the minute. Pure Drive is closing in on GJDM as the leader is coming through. Chromatics has had a spin, I think, somewhere out on track, because that gap is now 10 seconds. So no impression being made by Chromatics. Cut back on board though with the gap for third and fourth. I will ride on board with Soggy Squirrel as soon as he comes around the final corner onto the final lap. But however, this is the one that's developing out on track. GJDM and Pure Drive are the two battling out on track. Thanks to the commentators taking the time to do the sportcast for us, which I was half as good. Great commentary. Thank you very much. We'd aim to please, and you've got us for the next 3 rounds as well. And be sure to tune in for that as well. We're not finished just yet. But GJDM, Pure Drive, this is it. It's going to come down to the nitty gritty. It's going to come down to who wants it most. And if I was in this position, and if I was a betting man, which I am, I'd be on board with Pure Drive at the minute, who is getting much better runs out the final corner. Let's go on board with Cockpit Cam, running down the straight. In fact, there's Bumper Cam. There is Bumper Cam running down turn 1. GTDM has overshot it. He's overshot the corner. There goes Pure Drive through. Surely GTDM gives him the space. Dodgy camera work from me, but I think he's passed. Pure Drive is through. Bit unsighted. We don't want to see any collisions like we did on the first lap. Speaking of the first lap, we were about to go on the final lap. GGDM launches one on the outside. Pure Drive didn't get the best run off the corner, but he has pulled away from exit of the corner compared to GGDM. So that gap is now just 3/10, and I see that probably extending out unless GGDM can do a Danny Rick style move down the inside here at turn 3. Pure Drive's one wide though. Oh, and he nearly creams into the back of him. Goodness me, we are on the final lap, however. Soggy Squirrel is nearly 10 seconds clear. Chromatics is in second. Pure Drive does want this bad. Definitely agree there. I think he wants it a bit too much though, to be honest. He's just driving it a little bit too aggressively. He needs to just calm it down a little bit and just get on with the task in hand, and that is secure that podium place. But these two are about to go on to the final lap. He's closing up. GGDM launching one. Is he trying to go around the outside here? Pure Drive. A little bit of loss of control. GGDM. Now onto these guys are about to go on the final lap. Pure Drive gets a much better run out. Pure Drive is side by side with him. There's nothing between them coming across the line. Pure Drive just in front crossing the line, but GGDM has got a better run off the outside curb. Who wants it most on the brakes? It's Pure Drive, and Pure Drive's made the corner stick very nicely there. And that might be it. That might be it. Speaking of that, is it? Soggy Squirrel is coming around the final 2 corners now, and he is going to win here in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Round 3 of the championship will go his way. 16 seconds. I don't know what's happened to Chromatics this lap. I mean, he must have spun. But Soggy Squirrel on the run up to the line. He wins here in Austria. Chromatics is there in second. He's about to come around the final 2 corners. Let's cut back on board with this battle though, because they're still going at it. GGDM still wants this quite bad, and he's trying to launch a Danny Rick down the inside. Not quite gonna happen, and he's run out wide, and that is it. That, I think, is now it. Pure Drive has now got a better drive. Chromatics has crossed the line, by the way. Oh, and he's creamed it into the wall. Goodness me. He's driving with 2 wheels. He's driving with 2 wheels. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Comes to show how broken this game actually is. Pure Drive, though, is hanging on for third. This is too close to call at the minute. GGDM could still come back at him. Pure Drive, there's one mistake in this, I think, and it could go either way. Pure Drive, though, like just begin to pick up on GGDM's end. Pure Drive, and that is it, because he's run out wide in the final corner. GGDM, and he's going to fall short, and he knows it. Pure Drive across the line. He takes third on his debut. Good drive from him. Good recovery. GGDM in fourth. ARMJ, one of the forgotten drivers across the line, in fifth. And I think Two-Stroke Germany is coming through the final 2 corners. He's coming in the pits. ARMJ, however, is across the line. And Two-Stroke Germany, once he comes into the pit lane and crosses the line, which hopefully he will do, that will be it. Two-Stroke Germany into the pits with 10 seconds remaining. That is not the start-finish line there. Start-finish line's further up. And there is race complete now. And there we go. The results are about to come up. Soggy Squirrel, the Italian, takes it here from Chromatics in second. Pure Drive, the Polish driver, in third on his debut. GGDM in fourth. AOMJ fifth, and Two-Stroke Germany in sixth. And do you know what? I'm saving the replay because of that race. Because I really, really want to see that. There we go.
You just want to see the first corner collision.
I just want to see the first corner collision, you're right. I just want to see that first corner collision. Kev D, Duke Martin will score points, and I do believe the others that left as well will score points as well. Photos you've taken and replays you've saved. Something. That was a message coming up on my screen. Be received in your driver network highlights, apparently. There we go. So thank you very much for everyone tuning in. It was such a shame that we did lose NM Haney and Jukebox Hero. But thank you, of course, to Gavra for hosting this. We have finally got this race done. We now move on to Zhuhai International next week in the Genetic GT4 is one of my favourite cars on this game. I cannot wait. I'm sure you can't wait either. Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, goodbye.